Good, everybody. Welcome back to the Cloud Slayer channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to another Monday Ramble. Hope everybody had a great week last week until, obviously now. But I hope, and then I also hope it continues this week too. But, you guys know how life is. Sometimes things happen and, you can get scared. You can get whatever, excuse me. But the big thing is that you get over it, right? You get over that, and you try to, better yourself in different ways going forward. Sometimes life can throw curveballs at you in the way of like your health, or in the way of injuries, or a bunch of different things that maybe. The world's telling you to slow down a little bit, maybe catch a little bit of a breath, right? And or else, you continue down this path, it might be some type of internal destruction, right? And I remember when I was a kid, I got injured in sports, right? I tore my patella, but I wanted to play so bad. I just kept playing, and kept re-injuring myself. The injury never fully healed up, and from what I'm reading, it's from the last few years, that it should have been an easy injury to get over or something like that, but it just never seemed to be. I went to physical therapy, never fully went it out and stuff like that. But now that I got older and I be more consistent with working out and doing things that do strengthen that, and listen to other people with the same problems. I'm doing a heck of a lot better. My knee's not all busted up like that. It doesn't mean it won't get busted up again, but if you continue to do things like preventative maintenance and stuff like that to help strengthen that part of you, it can help you, right? And figuring out what's best for you is going to be the best road for you ultimately, right? And that's all any sports or any kind of activity that you do is figuring out what's the best thing for you to do, and how are you going to go about it? How do you hold yourself honest? And going from there and building upon that foundation that you start to build, because that's all almost anything is, right? Is creating a proper foundation for yourself to work with, and building consistency, building a foundation that involves that, and hard work and dedications and stuff like that is going to be one of the hardest things to do, and that's going to be the best thing for you to do when you, as you get older, or the younger that you realize that. And that's why you see a lot of people like pro athletes, or people that are really good at like their hobbies or something, because they consistently work at it, and they do that no matter what, even if they don't want to, even if it's they're having a bad day, even though life is tough on them, and stuff like that, right? I'm not saying don't take breaks, because sometimes you need the break. Sometimes you're hurt. Sometimes you shouldn't be doing those things, but you're doing it anyways, even though somebody told you to stay off of it, or give it a rest or something. Sometimes you do need that rest. But that's not skipping out. That's part of the healing process, right? And that's part of taking steps forwards instead of having to take those steps back at the same time. So sometimes you got to listen to not only what's happening to you, but what your body's telling you at the same time. And sometimes that is, take it easy, take a rest. It's not paying off to push yourself so far, right? Sometimes even these people that make big breakthroughs on things, sure, they're obsessed, but they're also getting the rest in. They're doing things to do better for them. But because if they're not, most of the time you see it in like top athletes where they don't take the proper rest, and their career goes down the drain because they're always injured, they're always hurt. Sometimes maybe they are taking the right things, and sometimes it still doesn't work. But it's better to take those rests, and instead of having something that's might prevent you from doing that forever, right? You might have to take a step back and see what you're doing wrong, and correct that before it's too late, before it gets worse, and stuff like that. I before I could do proper squats, I would try to squat, and it would make my knees worse because I wasn't properly doing the squat, opening my taint and all this kind of stuff. And until I learned how to do that was when my legs would stop hurting from squat days and stuff like that. And it all started with doing body weight exercises and staying away from the weights, even though my ego was like, hey man, you're not lifting as much. I got way better workouts. I started to see a difference in my form. I started to feel a difference in my knees and things like that. So it's good to take a step back sometimes on certain things that are ailing you, right? That are holding you back, because sometimes you got to take a step back in order to progress those things through. And sometimes it's our ego that prevents us from doing that, such as in my case, such as in probably a lot of other people's cases too. There's a thing that they're striving for, and gosh darn it, they're locked in, and it doesn't matter. They're gonna drive themselves to the brink of falling apart before they give up or whatever. Understand that, especially when I was young. When I was young, I thought I was invincible. Thought I was super. I was different. That, oh no, I just heal up fast. Yeah, that's not true. That's not true. So the sooner you learn that, especially as a guy that's aging, you're gonna thank yourself later. You're gonna thank yourself for listening to your body and the things that are going on around you. But anyways, I hope everybody has a great week. This has been another Monday Ramble. Till next time, I hope you guys have a great one. Peace.